Hi, I'm Diana, and oh boy, is our video number 3 a doozy today. It's one of the most difficult struggles that comes up when we start to go big, to change, to grow beyond where we've always been, to grow beyond that place. It's how the people and your environment can respond to those changes and start to confront you. Have you ever been scared, shitless, to step out of the story that everyone knows you by and to share your new beliefs, your new discoveries, your new projects, your new truth to someone, sometimes even yourself? It's scary to tell yourself these new things. It can raise all kinds of responses from those we love and from those who are in our world. They may feel threatened. They may feel like you are questioning them. They may see you as different and separate now. So, this is really scary. Really, really friggin' scary to step out of the place and the space that someone knows you as. But it is also really super important to show up as this new you, to not hide your truth anymore, to shine the light, the discoveries, the growth that you have now accepted and acknowledged and appreciate about yourself, and to let people know that that old story is not true anymore. So, if you want to up level and do the work you came here to do, then you will probably be dealing with this. And you can't remain that person anymore. You wouldn't be being your authentic self. You are changing and you have new beliefs, you have a vision, and you can't be that old person anymore. You can't be that old person anymore. You just can't. There's no more hiding. Now, this might be a gradual change that you are realizing, and then one day you just have to start being that person. And that's fine too. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You have to be authentic. You have to stand in your own power and truth. And right, you have to do this. To not do it is not an option anymore, especially if you want to do your big work and do the visionary work that I know that you want to do. So the people in your life are going to challenge you, and it may be really hard, or it might go really easy depending on what the situation is. But you have to start speaking your truth and showing up in your truth and not hiding your true self anymore. And you have to say this to yourself first, because if you don't believe it and practice it and acknowledge it, then no one else is going to believe it either. And that confrontation that you might have, or that new way that you're stepping into things, if you're not totally there, then the resistance and the reactions are going to be stronger. So sometimes we can hold these same beliefs as our tribe does, and they hold us back too. Because this stuff goes to your lineage and even to past lives sometimes. You might have been born into a family that has deeply held beliefs that maybe don't match yours anymore, and that's difficult. But you also know that you have to be you. And this goes to past lives too. You may have had this challenge for a really long time, trying to step into your big work, trying to do the work that you were meant to do, trying to heal the things you've always tried to heal time after time after time. And this time, it's time to heal it, because we're being asked to show up in ways that we haven't ever before. And it's a super critical time to step into that true person and be the leader and the creator and the doer of this big vision that you are creating. You can do it. So if you want to truly heal and create new worlds, thank you, then this has to be done. You might be healing lifetimes of stuff doing this work, even though it might look really small. You know deep inside that taking some of these steps is huge, and that's why it's so scary. You need to start walking your talk, saying your truth, and taking the actions that are going to create the big work that you came here to do. This might be threatening in some ways. So be gentle but firm in keeping on your path. When people hear you're passionate about what you're doing, most of them are going to get on your side, but you just might have to explain and help them understand exactly what's going on. I also want to touch on the fact that your environment can also challenge you to remain in the same old spot and hold you hostage to old patterns that don't fit anymore. So, for instance, you have a current job and you have a house and you have the same schedule. And for instance, on Fridays, when you come home Friday night, as is your habit, you start eating chips, getting on the couch, drinking a few beers. It's Friday night, right? It's what you do. It's what you've always done. It's a habit. But does this circumstance that is triggered by external cues, being Friday night, you're home, you want to relax, those are all external cues, it's triggering this behavior. But does it fit with the new you? Does it help you move forward, or is it a crutch? Now, I'm not judging this behavior at all. I'm just using it as an example of how environmental circumstances can trigger old situations or challenge you. Like it might be really hard to break that habit of doing something different on a Friday night. But if it doesn't match anymore with what you're doing, then you're going to have to start confronting it. Just be conscious of your why and how your environment might be holding you back. So what I'm saying is that we have relationships with our environment too. And we need to look at it and make sure that we are up leveling there as well. So look at the way you structure your day. Look at the way your habits might be interfering with where you want to go. And to not let these lower vibes trigger an automatic response that doesn't match anymore. So it also might cause you to retreat. It could cause, these can cause you to retreat into these behaviors because they're comfortable. Like you don't have to think. That's what you might say, that's just what I do on Friday night. I don't have to go to yoga or schedule calls or do my journaling or work on things in my business or do some writing on my book, whatever it might be. You are being triggered by circumstances into retreating into a comfortable space that is not where you're going anymore. So you need to look at those things. You need to be brave and show up and keep taking the steps to go big. We need amazing visionaries like you. I see you, and I will see you in the next and the last video. All right. Toodles.